All right, so I think we're recording now. Okay, so what we're going to do is for the next 30 minutes or so, we're going to teach some new materials. Okay, in second grade so far this year, we have talked about tens and ones. Okay, we've took numbers, we've broken them down into tens and ones. We have talked about how many tens there are, how many ones there are. We've wrote them 2 or 3 different ways. Okay, and I'm going to kind of recap what we've done here. Okay, so let's take 64. Okay, and we took that and made it a number bond, and we said this was a 60 and this was a 4. Okay, and then we broke it down and said this was 6 tens and this is 4 ones. Okay, and everybody I think is able to do that, right? Give me a thumbs up if you think that's easy. All right, and let's make sure that we're all muted unless I call on you. Okay. All right. So we've worked and worked and worked on that. Okay, but now we need to be able to take some tens and ones and do something with them instead of just say this is so many tens and this is so many ones. Okay, so I have some sticks here. Okay, all right, let's look at these sticks. Okay, they kind of look like coffee stirs, but they're not. Okay, there's a whole bunch of sticks here. Okay, how could I count them? How could I count them? Think about it. Callie, how can I count them? Unmute.
By tens.
I could count by tens. Why not by ones, Callie?
It would take too long.
It would take too long. But look, do you mean go like 10, 20, 30 like that?
No.
No.
You put a 10 in a group.
Yeah.
10 ones in a group.
Yes, all right. So, now watch. Okay, Callie wants me to take 10 of them. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's say that I've got a group of 10 here, okay, and I don't put anything around them to keep them together. Watch what happens. Oh no. I lost my 10, didn't I? Okay, so Callie said we need to put them in groups of 10. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and I need to group them together. She said, group them together. That's just what this means. It means you take them. Okay, there's 10 here because we counted them, and y'all watched me count them. Okay, and I'm going to take something and group them. Okay, Jace, do you have a question? Unmute if you have a question.
I was going to say that you could go by twos.
We could do it by twos, but it's a lot more counting if we did it by twos. Callie's right, hit it right on the head. I wanted to count by tens because when we're talking about place value, okay, Jace, go ahead and mute back. Okay, when we're talking about place value, we've been talking about tens and ones. Have we been talking about twos? No. Okay, twos is not a place value. Okay, so we could count by twos. Okay, but it's in our advantage to either do ones or tens, and tens are a lot quicker than ones. Okay, so we go back to the Callie's 10 here. Okay, and I have a rubber band. Okay, I'm going to put a rubber band around them. Now watch. If I put them over here, okay, and mix them up, I can still pick out the 10 at one time, right? Okay, so anytime I have a 10, I'm going to put a bundle holder, or in this case, a rubber band around it. Okay, that way I can just always have 10. Okay, and if it's got a rubber band around it, I don't have to count it. I already know it's 10. Okay, so I'm going to put away the others. Okay, and I can call these ones or I can call them singles, okay? All right, I'm going to put these over to the side, okay? So, I've got this where you can see it, okay? And you already know that this is a 10, okay? Now, there's two ways I'm going to talk about this, okay? We're going to get used to this as we go, okay? I'm going to ask how much, or I'm going to say, what does it look like? That's my two questions, okay? So, I'm going to do how much. How much is this? Hands up if you know. How much is this? Austin, talk to me. How much is this? It's 10, right? Callie told us it was 10. I put a rubber band around it, so I knew it was 10, and it's 10. That's how much, or that's the total I've got here, okay? Great job, Austin. Okay, now, what does it look like? Okay, I want you to tell me what this looks like. And this is a different question than you might be used to. What does this look like? Jace. I can't hear you, Jace.
It looks like 10.
Okay, it looks like how many tens?
1.
It's 1. All right, so I'm going to erase my questions here. Okay. All right. So Austin, mute. Austin's question was how much, and how much the answer is 10, right? Okay. When I ask what does it look like, does this look like that? I see Macy's shaking her head no. Okay, and I agree. It does not look like that. Okay, this looks like some little sticks with a rubber band around it. This looks like a 1 and a 0 together. They don't look alike, do they? Okay, so when I say what does it look like, I want you to describe what this looks like. Describe this picture of what you're seeing on your screen. Okay, and that was 110. Okay. All right. So you've got to listen to my questions, okay? Because I'm going to ask two different questions, and you got to figure out which way is he asking. If it's how much or the total, I'm looking for a number answer. If it's to describe something, I'm looking for how many tens there are. Okay. All right. One way makes you think number-wise. The other way makes you think, what does it look like? It makes you think of a picture in your mind. And that's our goal here, is to get you to seeing tens and ones in your mind. Okay? All right, so I'm going to start out with 10. Okay? And it looks like 110. All right? I'm going to add another 10. I'm going to put them together. Okay, you've got to listen to my question, okay? My question is, what does it look like? What does this look like? Wesley, you have to unmute.
It looks like 2 tens.
Exactly, great job. 2 tens. Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay? If I told you to get a 10 and put it here and put it there, and it would be 2 tens. And that's exactly what that looks like. Okay? Now my question is going to change. How much, or what's the total of what I have? What's the total? Okay? All right, I've only got 3 people that wants to put their hand up. I'm going to start calling on people if I don't have any more. All right, Eli. You have to put your cursor down towards the bottom and you can push your mic. There you go. All right. How much is this?
2 tens.
It's 2. Well, but that's what it looks like. How much, if it was money, how much money would I have on the table?
20.
Exactly. Okay. I would have 20. Okay. So this is how much. This describes my picture, and this is what it looks like. Okay? All right. Now, what's the number sentence that I can make for this? Does anybody know what the number sentence is? Austin.
10 plus 10.
10 plus 10. Okay, and if it's a number sentence, it's got to have the answer. So the answer is
20.
20. All right. So it's this 10 plus that 10, and it equals 20, right? All right. Good job. All right. Now. So now I have 20 right here. Okay. Now, mostly today, I'm going to not cover up stuff. Okay. I really want to cover up stuff though. Okay. Because it's called screening. Okay. Now, right now there's 20 there, and you know what it looks like because you can see it. Okay. Later on, not so much today, but later on, I'm going to start covering it up. Okay. I'm going to say, how much was there? Okay. And you got to think in your mind, what was there? That's where I want you to start picturing tens in your mind. Okay. That way, later, when we have addition problems, you can picture these things in your mind and you can do them very quickly, mentally. Okay? All right. So, I have 20 and it looks like 2 tens. Okay? I'm going to add another 10 to my stack. Okay? Here it goes over there. What does this look like now? What does it look like now? Kaylee.
30.
All right, does it look like, does this and that look together the same? No. Okay. So when you're telling me what it looks like, you have to describe the picture. Okay. So describe the picture for me. What does it look like? It looks like,
3 ones.
well, they're not ones, they're, what are these?
10.
Tens. There are 3 tens. Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay, it looks like 3 tens. Okay, 3 of these things. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, so there's 3 tens. Okay. Who can tell me how many I have? How much? How much do I have here? Gracie.
30.
I have 30. Okay. And 30 is how much, it's kind of like, I'm thinking about this like money. It's how much money I would have if this was money. Okay? All right. Who can tell me the addition sentence? Okay? But you got to remember where we started and what I added to get the right addition sentence. Okay? What's the addition sentence? I've got 4 people right now with their hand up. Anybody else? 5. There we go. Jace. Unmute, Jace.
It's 20 plus the 10 equals 30.
Good job. I was afraid you was going to tell me 10 plus 10 plus 10. Okay? It's not this one here. Okay? Why is this not the sentence? Jace.
Because that would take longer to write, and Because you don't do that. You put the higher number in it and then put the other least number.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but if we go back and remember, okay, this time I started with 20 and I added 10. So my number sentence has to follow the same thing. It's 20 and I added the 10 and it gave me 30. So this is the correct number sentence because I started with 20, okay? All right. So I'm gonna screen this a little bit, okay? I'm just dying to do that. So here I'm gonna screen it, okay? What's it look like under my hand? What does this look like under my hand? Maddox.
3 groups of 10.
Exactly. I love his terminology there, the way he uses his vocabulary. 10 groups of 10. I'm sorry, 3 groups of 10. Yes. All right. And he could have said 3 tens, but I like where he said 3 groups of 10. Okay. He knows for sure what he's talking about when he tells me that. Okay. So I've got 3 tens or 3 groups of 10s. And I'm going to add another 10. Okay? And I'm going to slide it under here. Okay? Let's see how we do with this screen task. Okay? I want to know how much I have under my hand now. How much do I have under there now? Wesley.
You have 4 tens.
Okay, that's what it looks like. How much is it though?
40.
40, exactly. He says I have 40, okay, and it looks like 4 tens. Okay? Wesley, can you give me a number sentence?
30 plus 10 equals 40.
Great job, Wesley. That's exactly what we've got there. Okay? Wait a minute, Jace. This is 40. How much? It's the total. It's 40. Okay? How many tens? It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 tens. That's what it looks like. And I had 30 to start with, and I added 10. That's exactly what I did, Wesley. Jace, you need to make sure you're muted. All right. Great job. Now, all right. So, I've got this 40 here. Okay? Now, I'm going to push your brain a little bit. I'm going to add 2 tens. All right, enough of the adding ones all the time. Let's add 2 tens. Okay? What's it going to look like when I push them together? What's it going to look like when I push them together? Lorna. I can hear you, Lorna. What's it going to look like? Do what?
40.
Well, I've got 40 here, and I added 2 more tens. So when I put them together, what's it going to look like?
60.
Well, it's going to be a total of 60, but how many tens are there going to be?
6.
Exactly. So there's 6 tens. Okay? When I push these together, I've got 6 tens. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Or, okay, here's what's cool about this. Okay? Even though they're tens, okay, most of you know that 4 plus 2 equals 6. If I say 4 tens plus 2 tens, okay, the same works. 4 plus 2 is always going to make 6, but we're talking about tens, so I'm just going to put the word tens. What is 4 tens? Who can tell me what 4 tens is? Lorna, you can mute back.
Okay.
Maddox, what's 4 tens?
40.
It's 40. So Maddox, while you're on here, what's 2 tens?
20.
It's 20. And I put them all together. How much does that equal?
60.
60. Exactly. Okay. So this is the number sentence. Okay. This is what it looked like before. I added this, and that's what this looked like that I added. And when I put them all together, this is what it looked like. Okay. All right, any questions about what we've done so far? Any questions? Jace?
It has been really awesome how everybody has raised their hand.
Yeah.
And the people who didn't get called on didn't whine that I did.
Okay. You back.
So,
All right, has anybody else got a question? Maddox, you had your hand up on the meeting hand. Do you have a question? Okay. All right. So I've got 60 right here, and I just covered them up, so you can't go back and count them. What does 60 look like? Who can tell me what 60 looks like? Eli. Exactly, 6 tens. Okay, so I'm starting with 6 tens or 60. Okay, and I'm going to again put 2 more tens. I'm putting 2 more tens. So Maddox, talk to me.
Yeah.
What are you thinking here?
There's 8 groups.
You think there's 8 groups of what?
10.
Tens. He thinks there's 8 tens. Okay? And Maddox, how did you figure that out?
Because I remembered you had 6 tens under your hand and you put 2 to it.
So he's saying that there's 6 tens here, and he said I put 2 more tens. And if I add them together, he says it's 8 tens. Is that your thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Kaylee, how much is 6 tens?
60.
It's 60. Okay, and how much is 2 tens?
20.
20. So 8 tens is how much?
80.
80. So 60 plus 20 equals 80. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, good job. Okay, I put all those together right there. And two more tens. Okay, 2 more tens. Where am I at now? Let's see here. Callie. I haven't called on Callie for a little while. What you're thinking here?
If you add 80 to, if you add 20 to 80, it equals 100.
All right. Wow. She said I add 20 and 80, and it gives me 100. Okay. That's her thinking here. Okay. Where's the 20?
It's
Now remember, but from before, if I question you, it doesn't mean you're wrong. Okay, I'm just wanting everybody else to understand where you're getting stuff. Okay, 20. Where's this 20 at?
I don't know what you mean where the 20 is at.
All right, where'd you get this 20 number at? Did it just fly in from the North Pole or what?
No.
No. So where'd you get this 20?
Because you added it to the 80.
Exactly. It's right there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and then the 80, where'd that come from?
From you adding tens to more tens.
In other words, you're this over here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got 8 tens and we got 2 tens, right? Okay, so I'm gonna take this away. Okay. Move these a little bit closer because I'm running out of screen for you. If I add them together, 8 tens plus 2 tens equals how many tens? Who can tell me that? I know Callie can, but let's see who else can tell me. 8 tens, I'm going to make this 8 look a little bit better. 8 tens plus 2 tens equals how many tens? Who's Eli's at the top?
You get 2 and you get the 8.
Uh-huh.
And you get 100.
And I get 100 tens? I get 100 of these? If I go back here and I start counting, I'm gonna count 100 of these things right here.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not 100.
10.
Oh, it's 10. Okay. So you're thinking that 10 tens is 100, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's what we gotta watch. Okay. That we don't put too big of a number in front of the word tens. Okay. Because if we put 100 tens, that really 100 tens. Okay, this word tens kind of turns into a 0, and we would have this number then, 1,000. I don't have 1,000 over here. Okay? All right, but I understand your thinking. So, 8 plus 2 equals 10. But we're talking about tens, so 8 tens is 80, plus 2 tens is 20, and that equals, and I think Callie told us 100, and that's what Eli was thinking about, 100. Okay? Now, when I push these over here, what's this look like? Braden. Unmute, Braden, talk to me. Braden, unmute. Okay, you're unmuted. For some reason, there's 2 of you on here. One of you was unmuted there for a second. There you go. You're unmuted. Talk to me. I can't hear you. All right. Who can tell me what this looks like right here? And I know it looks like a big jumbled up mess right here with a bunch of bundles here. Okay, but what's this supposed to look like? Hey, what is that supposed to look like? Lorna, do you know?
100.
Okay. The total is 100. That's how much it is. Okay, but what's it look like? If you was looking at that and I said, describe what you're looking at, okay? In other words, how many of these are there?
10.
There's 10, okay? Now remember back when we first started this whole lesson today, okay? I had a bunch of singles or ones like these, okay? And I had them there, and I asked, how could we count them? Okay, and I think it was Callie said, count them by tens. And we decided to take 10 of them and put a rubber band around them, right? And I remember saying that anytime you have 10, put a rubber band around it. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 30 minutes ago when I said that, okay? I have 10 of something, don't I? So what's kind of our rule when we have 10? Bryden, you're unmuted. Mute back. I can hear you now. I can hear background noise. What's our rule of when we have 10 of something? Hey, who can tell me? I know Callie can, but I want to see if somebody else can. All right, Lorna. What do you think? Just put it out there, even if it's wrong. Tell me something. I've got 10 here, right, Lorna? That's what you told me. Yeah? Okay. When I have 10 of something, what do I need to do?
Put them in a bundle.
Exactly. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these right here. Okay. And I've got another rubber band. And I hope it don't break on me. And boom. I have a new bundle. Okay. And I'm going to kind of call this a super bundle. Okay. These are just regular old bundles here. Bundles of 10. Okay. But that's the old big boy, isn't it? Look at how big he is. Okay. He's a lot bigger, isn't he? Okay. It's 100 bundle, exactly. So what I kind of call a super bundle is 100. Okay. Or to use the words like Maddox did earlier, it's a group of 100. Okay. The group of 100. Okay. So what does a group of 100 look like? Jace. Oh, I think I lost Jace. Wesley, what does a group of 100 look like?
Look, I know what it looks like. I accidentally logged out.
Okay, tell me, Jace.
It's a super bundle and it looks like 100.
No, it don't look like that. Don't look like. Look, does this look like that?
No.
No, that's how many there is. What does it look like though?
It looks like.
How would I make this? How much?
It's like a bunch of ones.
Oh well, but they're not ones. They're tens, right?
Yep.
How many tens does it take to make this?
10.
10. So this looks like 10 tens, which is exactly the same thing. 10 tens is equal to 100, right? All right. So what we've done today is we worked with tens until we built what I'm going to call a super bundle of 10 bundles, which is 20. No, it's not 20. It's how much? Maddox.
100.
100. All right. So we started today with a bunch of singles, and we counted out 10, and we made bundles of 10, and then we started putting them together till we finally built a bundle of 100. Okay? All right. Any questions about what we've done today? Any questions about what we've done today?